Right, so how's everybody been finding the last couple of weeks? We've been speaking about content creation and introduction to sharing on social media. Any thoughts, any reflections? Any new things that have cropped up for you? Nothing yet. Okay, awesome. All right, so just to recap, we've been chatting about making true connections. Who is the person that you're going to be talking to if you're sharing online? Who's the ideal client, your ideal builder if you're wanting to do the business, where you're going to see them, that type of thing, and about how social media is really story writing and just sharing your story and sharing small bits of your story, attraction marketing as opposed to network marketing. So people can be seeing your story a lot more, disconnecting from the outcome, so not thinking about what's going to happen in the long run, or overthinking things so that it actually stops you in your tracks, just really sharing the story no matter what. And being fearless, trusting your gut and trusting your judgments on what you're putting out there, and keeping it short, keeping it memorable. And then content creation, how to take the pictures, which stuff is good for automation so that you're not spending loads and loads of time on it. Maybe doing batches of your social media so that you one day a week you're doing all of it together, or one day a month type of thing, so that it's all done. And then today, 80-20 rule is doing 80% sharing value and 20% of sharing or asking the question, are you going to join, or make an appointment, or something like that. And then today we're going to talk about true connections, how to make those, being real, being authentic, that people can see you're not just selling, you're not being salesy, but you're actually just being real, and this is your life and this is who you are. And so they have that know and like and trust factor when it comes to your, what you're offering and what, your content. Okay, so you need to have a call to action in every single post that you're putting on. On each post, have an engagement so that they can comment back, right? Call to action would be like, comment below with your favorite oil, or like I've been doing sleep this week. How's your sleep? Do you wake up feeling refreshed? Or if you're offering a sample, contact me for a free sample, or book an appointment with me for this, so that there's some engagement. And then sometimes if you're wanting some comments below, then say comment with a GIF, or put in your funniest story about essential oils, or anything, or even not essential oil related. It could be actually just life related. Do you like tea or coffee? Easy. Then what the algorithms in the different social media platforms show is that you need to look at about 1 hour after your posting. Most of the time, if there's been engagement within the first hour after posting, it actually boosts your sorry, excuse me. It boosts your, your post to the top of everybody else's posts. So when they're scrolling through the post, they'll see yours first because you've had engagement within the first hour. So what a lot of people like to do, and I've joined an Insta group before, it is very time consuming. So that's something that you need to consider. Is it worth your time to join an Insta group, or have an Insta group? So what they do is each person, when they make a post, everybody on the group goes straight away within the first hour onto the post and makes comments to boost the post. And what it does is it boosts the engagement and gets your post a little bit higher up on everybody else's feed when they're looking at their feed during the day. Saved posts also increases your numbers. So, that little flag at the right-hand bottom of Instagram, if somebody saves your post, it actually does boost your feed, boost the post to the feed. So that's also a great way. If you can tell them in your post, why don't you save this post for later, that type of thing, or show them where to save it. And for organic growth, now that's for Instagram growth. For organic growth, you need to add something with value, like we were talking about last week, something that's funny, something that's fun. I'm putting in my stories daily what I'm doing because I've started a new challenge and changing my ways of doing things, taking out coffee, things like that. And then sometimes people opt in to do a cross promotion with another social media platform, or sharing. You say, share this post with families and friends, or do a giveaway, ask your family and friends to share your profile to other family and friends to just increase your network, or getting out there. Do a follow for a follow. If somebody follows you, go and follow them back. It just gives a sense of trust, that they can trust you. And I've had some really weird people following me, and I go and block them, because you don't want people following you that just don't align with who you are and what you're doing. And I've found some really questionable profiles following me. I'm like, no, it's okay, I don't want you following me. I'm good, thanks. You can do a giveaway. So ask them in your giveaway, if you're going to give away maybe a roller bottle, or those rainbow macrame diffusers that one of the ladies was doing. If you're giving away that, or a bracelet, diffuser bracelet or something, ask them to share your profile, share it to the stories to get an extra point for that, or tag you, and then do a group giveaway. Now I've done that before, where a bunch of us got together and we did a collaborative. I've done two recently, and what you all do is you bring what you're bringing to the table, and then that whole thing goes to one person. And that's a nice way to do collaborations, because you're getting feed from other people's posts and from other people's profiles, and you're reaching different people from different areas. And then maybe chat to some micro influencers, people who have between 1 and 15,000 followers actually get more engagement than people who have more than that. And like I said, you can join an Insta group. It pushes into the explore page, but it is time consuming. Influencers, they find audiences that are your ideal customer or your ideal business partner. Maybe look up things like people in fitness, people in those ideal customer and business partners. Thing that we spoke about in the first week is, you go make a list and you go, oh, well, I actually want people in my team, or people, walking this journey with me, that are, I don't know, weird things like butterfly lovers. I love butterflies. And you go and find those people, and I've got people that I follow who have cats and dogs, and so you could be a cat and dog person and go and follow all the vets, and when they see your stuff, they'll be able to know that. So if you're like I don't know, it just really works with who you are. If you think you're into really all the fitness stuff, then connect with people that are in the fitness circuit, that type of thing. Don't forget about stories. Always put stories. Keely Martinez says she puts like 20 stories a day in her profile. I've been doing it on WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook, and I've gotten a lot more engagements. I'm not as active as 20 a day, but I'm getting a little bit more. I'm doing maybe 3 or 4 a day, and I'm seeing people that are, when I go look at the views, I'm seeing people that I thought wouldn't be interested, maybe following and getting those touches. We spoke about how, in real life, not on social life. In real life, we need between 7 to 12 touches, but on social media, you need a lot more than that. You know, you're looking at, you know, double that amount of touches before they actually decide that they're going to become a customer, or, you know, want to join you with the business, that type of thing. Okay. Yeah, go check your Insta and Facebook recommendations, because they do have things like that where it says maybe, I think it's on Pinterest, where how many times a day you should be posting, and what times of the day you should be posting that will get the most engagement. Maybe also go and look in your insights on your Instagram and Facebook, because it will show you like a little algorithm and say, you know, these are the engagements that you've been getting from these posts. And you'll see the personal posts are the one that get the most. You know, when you're putting on something about you and your family, or just you and what you love, like I love purple flowers, you know, and put on a picture of purple flowers, and you'll get a lot more engagement and a lot more views than you would on just posting on, you know, look at my bottle of oil type of thing, or that. So I'm finding that the personal posts are a lot more engaging. And that's just building onto the fact that they want to know you, they want to like you, and they want to trust you. And when you've got all three of those, then, you know, things go a little bit better. Because, I mean, you don't know them personally. And for me, if I don't know somebody personally, I need to be able to see on their posts, oh, yeah, okay. For me personally, I want to know that they have integrity and honesty, and you know, that they're not those freaky people that, you know, take all their clothes off on Instagram, and I've had some of those. So, you know, I make sure that, you know, I'm checking that, so I'm sure that other people do. So they judge you by those first 9 to 12 squares, mostly. Okay. Sorry. All right. So at the end of each post, always try and focus on a pain point, on something that could be something that your client or your potential client would need. So, you know, I've been changing my way of doing things, and I concentrate every week. I concentrate on one type of pain point that could be an issue for some people. You know, sleep is a huge thing for most people. Stress, aches and pains, they're a huge thing. And so if you're concentrating on genuinely reaching out and saying, you know what, I know how it feels to not know when I'm going to be feeling better from my sinuses. Why don't you reach out and ask me? I know how to help you. I've got some great natural solutions, type of thing. Kitty does a live every 2 to 3 days. I'm battling to even do a recorded one once a week, so I'm still getting there. But she says live videos do attract people, because then they get to see you and hear you and ask questions if they're online straight away, and they get a notification when you go live. They don't get a notification when you've posted a video that's been pre-recorded. So that's something to think about. Make it short and comfortable, and a conversation type of thing. It's like, oh, I'm just popping on here. I've heard about this, and I'd like you guys to hear about it. This is what we're doing this week. Please join us, that type of thing. Putting in stories. And she said, definitely make sure that you poll your customers. Ask them what they want to know. Polls and questions, put in emojis, put in GIFs. And they call it GIFs. I call it GIFs. I don't know if that's the right. You know, those little ones that move, the animated ones. And put also a link in your bio. So there is a bio link thing that you can subscribe to, and it's free. And then you just go and make a link in link bio, I think it's called, and then you just put it into your bio underneath your profile. so that if they need to, go onto the website, or they need to register, they want to go and enroll, then they can go do that right there. You can just say, okay, look at the link in the bio, and they can just go and link there. The other option is, what you call it? Yeah, bubbles. Those little balls underneath your profile, these tiny little bubbles, is making sure that the bubbles are all looking really great, that they are, you use your stories to save in the bubbles so that people can go look at a later stage. And that's one thing I still want to do is how to enroll type of bubbles, so that there's a story and they can go, okay, this is the benefits, this is how I enroll, I click on here, because some people want to do it on their own. They don't want to be handheld, and other people need to be handheld. But I mean, it's all different. So give the people the option that want to go and just do it on their own, to go into the bubble, go enroll today or join today, and they just click, and they know exactly where to go. I've been grouping my bubbles according to pain points, and so I've now got an aching bubble and a sleep bubble, so people can go look inside there what kind of oils can help for things like sleep, so they don't have to go scrolling down in my posts, they just go in the bubble. And that's a nice way for them to get it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. You wanted to ask a question, Ken? Okay. All right. If you have more than 10,000 followers, you have an option to swipe up in your stories. And so you can put a link in your stories to swipe up to go to the post or go to the links or things like that. So that's something to look forward to when you get up to that amount. That's when you're a good influencer, I reckon, if you're over 10K followers. And then IGTV is the Instagram live, so you can record videos on there. You can store up to about 15 minutes on there. So, I mean, you don't need a lot of time. People don't want to watch, I don't want to watch 15 minutes. I don't know if you do, but I don't want to watch 15 minutes. I've even battled to go and watch on YouTube more than 15 minutes. So, if it's a nice short one, like it's a minute long or 2 minutes long, I mean, that's just a minute out of your day, 1 minute, that you can set a time and plan for it and go, okay, well, this time of the day, I'm going to be doing this live, pop on, do your live, pop off you go. I'm still battling with that. I'm still getting into that rhythm, but I mean, it's something that's quite easy and quite simple. The same thing with the stories. If you're putting on 20 stories, it's going to take you maybe a minute or two of the day to go on, come off. And Keely says, be very strict with yourself with the social media, so you're not diving into that rabbit hole and end up scrolling and the day goes past. You can do classes, you can do a hyper focus, so you're concentrating on just one oil. You can do a tutorial how to do something. You can do a kit, so take your top 10 kits and describe every oil. You can do safety with oils. These are type of topics that you can talk about in your lives. Beyond the basics, so something like in our continued education, like with skin and discomfort, but obviously you've got to keep it compliant. Don't use words that people don't want to. Oh my word, am I on mute? I'm not. Okay, just checking. Panicking from Sunday. Sunday I was on mute. I was like, what? Okay, so keep it topical. So like I've been doing is the sleep and the pain and the do a sinus one or seasonal allergies or diffuser blends, anything. Keep it topical. Make a story cover photo for your video, so that it kind of blends with your whole aesthetic and your mood board, what you've chosen, your colors, and chosen what your page is going to look like. Keep it simple. And go take a look at Keely Martinez's stuff. She keeps it very clean and nice lines and everything like that. And then she says every 2 to 3 days which I still want to get into, but yeah, 2 to 3 days. And okay, so converting customers, so getting them from just looking at your stuff to actually enrolling. Oh my goodness, I'm putting my stuff in the tea. I talk too much with my hands. Just want to have a sip. Hold on. So you can concentrate on 2 areas, either the pleasure side, so concentrating on like maybe citrus bliss, breathing it in, it smells so great, or concentrating on, because of what the citrus bliss does, the benefits of it, or concentrate on your own issues or what they might be in experiencing is the pain. So maybe somebody's experiencing depression or anxiety or something like that, and then you can talk about the same thing, citrus bliss, because it helps with uplifting the mood. So either side of the story, you can use the benefits, or you could use the pain points. I think, you know, making a nice balance is great. Don't forget about the 80-20 rule, value versus asking. 80% of the time you must be adding value to their lives, adding information, giving them knowledge, and 20% of the time asking them to join, asking them to, you know, engage with you, asking them for a comment, getting, you know, join them in and getting them to know and like and trust you. So basically, if you're thinking about it, every 10 posts that you're putting up, 8 of them need to be you know, adding value and giving information and things like that. And 2 of the posts need to be something that you're asking them, so that they don't feel like you're just spamming them or, you know, being salesy. So like I said, 8 to 12 touches for a person to person, in person, and 12 to 20 and probably more with social media. Offer classes. Offer them an online class or a personal consultation. Don't fire hose them, so don't give too much information. She says put emojis in between the words so it draws the eye, so that, and keep it concise. Okay, so if they do respond, sorry, I'm just reading my notes. If they do respond to you, get them into the messaging center, but then try and get them into an email or a WhatsApp so that you have their personal details, because on Instagram you won't have that. On the down message, yeah, you won't get that in the messaging center. Rather get them into a private conversation off site, and then ask them, okay, great, tell me, why do you want to use essential oils? Make it all about them, because then they know that you actually do care and that you actually want to make a true connection with them. Rather chat on email, like I said, WhatsApp, even on their cell phones, so that maybe you say, okay, can I phone you? Is it a good time to phone now? Or, you know, if they say no, okay, well, let's set a time and I'll phone you and let's have a chat. Send pictures in your down message, or send pictures to them, show them this is what's available, this is how you do it. Why don't you go to my bubbles and there's a step-by-step instruction on how to do it. If rather send me a message when you're done, and then we'll set up a welcome call, or email when you're done, and then let's, you know, get you connected to the groups and the support teams and things like that, so that they can see that you're helping them, but it also doesn't take a lot of time from, you know, what you're doing. Send them a welcome email straight away. If you look in Trello, but I can send you one as well, an example. I've been using Trello for my automation, you know, making sure that my funnels are you know, running smoothly. And there's an example of a welcome email with, you know, links in there so they can connect to our Get Oily tribe or our WhatsApp group, and, you know, make a personal consultation, you know, that when they have enrolled, you can, you know, help and support them on the journey and follow through with them. And then people are loyal to you and not the brand. So if you think about it carefully, it makes sense. You know, they're not going to buy just because they're buying the brand. I mean, they can go to Dis-Chem and buy an oil, okay? What they're loyal to is to you and the way you do things. So if you're authentic and you're real with them, they're going to feel like they can trust you and they'll be loyal to you. So if somebody else comes to them and says, oh, I know doTERRA, I can do this for you, they'll go, you know what? I actually trust this lady more than I trust you. But obviously in their minds, I don't know if somebody would say that directly to somebody else, but anyway. But it's something to think about, that people are loyal to the person that you are, and they'll be drawn to who you are and your ethics in your life more than just an oil. Okay. All right. So any questions on that? Okay. Veronica, have you got a question, love? No, you're all good. All right. Okay, so I'm going to
gather information.
Awesome. I'm going to ask you guys, I'm actually going to challenge you a little bit, is to make a post today and put it out today. Just one. Put one post out. It doesn't have to be, don't overthink it, V. Don't overthink it. I can see you overthinking already. All right, that's what I'm going to ask you to do. Make one post today and put it out and tag me so that I can share it and people can get to know who you are and why you're doing it. Okay, right. Introduce yourself. Okay. Then next week, we're going to talk about community. So how to keep retention, how to keep people coming back and being involved in the community, things like that. And yeah, that is about it. We're going to do the last one next week, which is exciting. Just a question. Did I tell you guys about the weekly flow? I'm trying to think if I did. I don't. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay.
Oh.
All right. So basically what it is, and I'm going to show you, you can make your own. And I wonder if you can see that. Okay, it says social media weekly flow. So once a week, and I've printed these for myself in my diary. I've put them in on a Monday morning so that this is now what I'm going to be doing for the week. And then I write a weekly theme at the top of the list, what I'm going to be talking about that week. If it's only one oil, that's fine. Say at the top of that week, Citrus Bliss is the oil of the week. And for Monday to Saturday, or even Sunday, if you want to make posts on Sunday, I don't. Monday to Saturday, make one post per day of, Citrus Bliss. What's inside Citrus Bliss? Okay, wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, bergamot, tangerine, clementine. Make a post about each oil maybe inside there that's available here in South Africa. And then at the end of the week, go, here we go. The hero of the week has been Citrus Bliss. I've been talking a lot about Citrus Bliss today. Okay, and yeah, so then just make a flow for yourself. Write notes about what you want to write about so that it's clear and concise, and you've planned it out, that it hasn't just been, okay, just fly by the seat of your pants. And I know Veronica's not like that. She's very much about planning. But yeah, go and do that. Go and make a list for yourself, what you want to do, what you want to talk about. If all you want to talk about is nutrition and oils, that's great. If all you want to talk about is oils and water, just do it. Just do one thing for the week, go and plan it out, and then next week we can discuss it. If you want to start implementing it already, awesome. But if you just want to come bring it and say, okay, well, this is what I was thinking, and just run it by all of us so we can just give you some encouragement. Okay. So there's actually two challenges, one for today and one for next week. Okay. Ready?
Slave driver.
That's me. It's all right. I got wide shoulders. I can handle it.
And go find some cheer.
There we go. Go do it. Hey, by the way, cheer's coming.
I know. I've been that little sample that you gave me. I've been guarding it. absolute necessity. Now that I know the cheer's coming, I'm like, okay, now we can start sniffing cheer at Lift.
Cool. And you can ready for the week? Or the weekend, should I say?
Yeah, ready for the weekend. My sister's birthday, so yeah, there will be a
Oh.
party tomorrow.
Enjoy.
I'm going to do some baking because of Jonathan's allergies.
Yeah.
So that will be fun today. And then to do that social media thing, as you're saying, it's going to be a good challenge.
Okay,
It's going to be
good.
a really good challenge. So
Great.
looking forward to it.
Or you can even incorporate your baking. I mean, there's a one lady who does oils and baking.
Okay.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
It sounds
I'll do that.
awesome. All right,
The one is the blueberry and wild orange, so I can use some wild orange.
Here we go. That sounds lekker. And take lots of
Yeah.
pics. Next time I'm going to have to taste them. I'm going to stop the recording. Whoops.